Hello everyone, welcome to today's video. We are going to be going over today the Sprouted Planner launch. I have quite a few items here. I love this company so much. The owner's name is Heather and she is just the sweetest person ever. And I love supporting small businesses, these women who are doing amazing things, and she truly is. You can see this year's collection is so cute, and I cannot wait to dive into all of them. So I'm going to clear this off, and let's dive right into the planners. So first, I just want to show you the box that your planner comes in. It comes in this really cute sprouted box. And although I'm not obviously unboxing it for you, it does come wrapped so well. Bubble wrap, plastic wrapped. It's going to be super safe. And this box is just so cute with all the details that it has. So it comes in that box. And then there are 5 different covers here. I think I have all of them to show you. This one is called Flower Child. I love this color scheme. Kind of citrusy, it almost looks like. Really cute florals. And it's just darling. This one is called Sea Glass. And it's beautiful, a beautiful green. This is a fabric cover. And you can get this on her daily planners, her weekly, or her hourly planner options. It's super pretty, like beautiful. I love the way these all coordinate together. This one is called Daisy Blue. It's a very cute, like cornflower blue with little daisies on it. This one is called Lemon Drop, and this is, if this makes any sense, it's a cooler toned yellow. So it's not that like really, really warm leaning orange. It almost leans almost blue toned, if that makes any sense with the yellow. It really does have like a cooler tone to it. And the final one I don't have on a planner, but I have it on a notebook. And this one is called Moody Blooms. It's really beautiful and very neutral. Let's go over her weekly planner. I have loved this planner over the years. I feel like it's really innovative. Heather has been doing that kind of popular dashboard layout since the beginning. I really do think she has perfected it. Including the coil, this planner is 7.8 inches by 8.8 inches, and it is 1 inch thick. This planner weighs 1 pound, 10 ounces, so it actually feels pretty lightweight, like really, really portable. This one would be a great one to carry around if you need to carry a planner around. The coil on this is a beautiful gold, and the spacing on these is a little wider than like an Erin Condren coil, so they're spread out a little bit more, which makes it so this cover flips really nice and all the pages turn smoothly. The cover is a covered hardboard. It's a very nice sturdy cover, and inside of this cover is that seafoam green, and you have a nice folder on the inside cover. These planners do come with a bookmark, and I love her bookmark. It is a stencil, and I feel like you can see it better over here, but it's a really functional stencil. You have habit trackers and checklists and headers and flags and a ruler. It is a really nice flexible ruler too, so it's not going to snap or break as you're using it. And it goes on really easy, and it's really sturdy once it's on too. I love that she includes that. I think it's such a nice little extra that this planner comes with. This paper is beautiful. It's one of my favorite papers in the planner community. It's 120 GSM, 80-pound paper, and it has a tooth to it, but it's not quite as toothy as Erin Condren. It's just like perfection. It really is. It's such a joy to write on. I love her paper so much. So here's the first page, your name page, and then she has all of her contact information over here. And here's a letter from Heather. I think this is such a sweet letter, and it tells you the backstory of why she started this planner. She said it was the planner that she needed when she was simultaneously becoming a mom and also losing her dad to ALS over a 2-year period. And this planner was intended to get at the heart of what matters most, how we spend our time and who we are spending it with. So I just think that's so sweet. And you can see that she puts that intention into all of her planners. And it really is a beautifully well thought out planner because of that. So in these pages, she goes through the sprouted system, which goes through intentions, planning, executing, and reflecting. And here she'll run you through the different pages in the planner. Here she lists the steps to set up your planner, which I love that. I love a checklist of things to do to get ready. And so it goes through values prep, big picture, and then your monthly calendar. Here's where your values prep starts. Here's where you figure out those core values. You're going to brain dump. You can highlight or cross off things that matter to you or don't matter to you. And she has pages that will walk you through those values. I love that. It's so important to just know what matters most to you. And this is a really interesting page too. So this is the people's page. You're going to write down your different relationships here. And then she walks you through those relationships and helps you figure out where you want to be putting intentional time for those people. Your hopes for the year. And then you have a year at a glance and your 2026 holidays and observances. This is where you reflect forward what you want more of and less of in the year. A year list, kind of like a bucket list for the year. Big picture previews. You can separate your year into quarters, and she said you can do bucket lists or chores or openers or anything can go into there. Big projects. Same with this, but you do this on a monthly basis. And then here is a big picture tracker. So cool. I know a lot of people love to track something a year at a glance, and you can see all the progress you've made and those drops in the bucket. So you can just track anything your heart desires in these pages. You have a couple of dot grid pages and then a couple of lined pages before you get started into your month. Before we dive too deep into that, I do want to say that if you've been using a sprouted planner, you may notice that the reflection sections have been removed from the planner and they've been put into a separate small booklet that's included with the purchase of a planner. It comes with your daily, your weekly, or your hourly planner. That booklet looks like this, although the cover of this will match the cover of your planner. So we'll go through that at the end, but I just wanted to share with you that that is a big change that was made. She told me that some of the reasons that they made this change was that it allows for more notes pages in the back of the planners, which I know is important to a lot of people. And it allows for easier storage of the reflections without necessarily having to keep it in your planner. It also allows people who don't reflect to easily discard or disregard, such as those who are only using their planner for work. So if this isn't something that you want to have in your planner, I do like that it is now optional whether or not you use it. Although I will say, I think it's amazing and I definitely want to use this in the upcoming year. We'll go through that as soon as we're done with the planner. All right, let's walk through this monthly. The month starts with a dot grid notes page, and then you have this dashboard page that you can do whatever you want. It has lots of different things on here. You have a dot grid, a graph, a little line box, another line box, and a blank box there. So open to do whatever you want to. Here is her monthly. Her monthly is one of my favorite things about Sprouted. It is a lined monthly. It has 5 reminders: your monthly reflection, your values, your people, your year list, and your previews. And she puts those up there to remind you to make time for those things that matter the most. So as you're planning out your month, make sure that you remember the people that matter the most. You have a little checklist down here. You have the next month in a shaded box and then a dot grid here. And then you have 2 notes pages, which I love. You can do so many things with that. And then here is her week. So like I said, she's been doing the dashboard from the beginning. I love her layout so much. It is a horizontal dashboard, so you have Monday through Sunday here. I like how this is laid out. You have this lined box, and then you have a checklist section, which is exactly when I'm using a horizontal how I do it. I always do a little division and I'll put my appointments and my to-dos. Then you have a weekly to-do list here, a graph section, a blank section, and a dot grid. So it's just super open-ended. There's no habit trackers on here, although you can add them in here. This would be a great habit tracker box if you would like to. It just doesn't have any rules to this. She does put the holidays really small right here. So you can see New Year's Eve and Kwanzaa ends, New Year's Day. They're listed there. This planner does start on December 29th, so you get the full week in. And then this is what it looks like week after week until you get started on the next month. So every month is just the same like that. I absolutely love her colors. They're like bright and colorful without being in your face bright and colorful. They're super, super cute. And they match her covers just darling. So I love, love, love the colors. At the end of this book is a January through December. Here's the last week is December 28th through January 3rd. You have a 2027 calendar, 12 boxes, and you have the mini months for 2027. And then you have a lot of notes pages back here. I think there's over 40 notes pages back here as I'm just counting. And then you get this functional sticker page. There's dots, and then these are little mini icons. And they're just like, there's coffee, a little reminder, a heart, a tooth, a doctor's appointment, dinner, money. This looks like a little celebration, a birthday cake, and a workout. And then these ones are blank down here. This one will cover the full box on your monthly, and then you have some flags. So really cute, functional. And then you have a two-sided folder in here. So you have this double-sided folder and you have the folder in the front. So 3 different folders. This is a heavy cardstock. It's not like slick or coated, but it does feel sturdy. And then your back cover. So that is her weekly planner. I love it. I've always loved this weekly planner. This is her hourly planner, and it is book bound. Beautiful logo on the side and the year up here. The hourly planner comes in 3 cover options. It comes in the Daisy Blue, the Moody Blooms, and then this sea glass fabric cover. The hourly is a little bigger than her other planners, you can see. It's almost the same width, but it is about 1.5 inches, 2 inches taller. So this is a 7.4 by 10.4, and it's just under 1 inch thick. So it's a little thinner than the other one. It's a really nice hard cover, and this is case bound. It is sewn in there, and you can see that it has one ribbon that will match and go with the cover that you choose. So this one does not have any tabs in it, which I like that in a book bound. So let's flip through this one. This one has the really cute green interior. It will have the same opening pages that you can walk through. This one has a little bit more room because it's a little bit bigger, and you can see that it's really nicely stitched. So this will stay really sturdy, and it also makes it so it lays flat. Without a lot of encouragement, it just stays. So here's all these same opening pages that you have in the other one. It does feel quite a bit bigger, the pages here. So if you like more writing space, or if you're left-handed, I know a lot of lefties love a book bound. I have 3 lefty kids. Of my 5, 3 of them are lefties. So I do hear about that. It doesn't feel like a huge book, but it definitely, when it's open, you feel like you have a ton of space. So the same exact layout. Here's where January begins. A very similar monthly, but you have so much room to write. Then you have your notes pages. This is a beautiful book. Here is what the hourly looks like. So her hourly goes from 6 a.m. to 8 p.m. And then you have 2 boxes at the bottom that you can put evening events on, or dinner schedule, or it's open to whatever you would like to do. You also have box at the top that you can do your workout, or like I work out before 6 a.m. So I actually love that that's there. It's great for weather. So many things you could do with this. And then the holidays are listed in that box. One thing I really love that she did was add in a weekly to-do list here. Sometimes with an hourly, it doesn't give you enough room to actually write the things that you need to get done. And so you can time block here and have a running to-do list here. And then you have a notes section dot grid at the bottom here. Let's measure how wide these columns are. These columns are 1.25 inches, so they're a little thinner than your standard sticker kit. You know what would work in here is a Hobonichi kit, because those are about this wide. So if you are using Hobonichi stickers, that would be so cute in here. And then it just follows that week to week before you get started on the next month, and you get your dot grid notes page and your dashboard, and it follows that week after week. So there are a lot of notes pages in this, because every month you get this dot grid notes page before the dashboard, and then after the monthly page you get 2 lined pages. So tons of notes space in this. Plus in this one you get all these notes pages in the back as well. You get the same sticker page in the back. It is sewn in, just FYI. So you can cut that out if you want, or just leave it in. And then back here you have a really nice accordion folder that you can fit a lot into. So there's your hourly. It is beautiful. I am falling in love with this green. I really, really like this green. And it feels so nice, like very, very high quality planner here. All of the paper throughout her products is that 120 GSM 80-pound paper. So this also has that beautiful paper in it. So this is her daily planner. Her daily planners come in a set of 2 separate planners. You can choose the covers, and both planners are the same size with the same number of pages. One will be the first half of the year and one will be the second half of the year. So let's run through these. I love this cover here. I think this one might be my favorite of all of her covers. It's so cute. I love the color of it. Each of the daily planners are the same size as the weekly planner. They're just slightly thicker, like 0.06 inches thicker. So they're about an inch thick. Both of her planners will come with a stencil inside. You'll have the same colored tabs that you do in the weekly, but the first half of the year is in this one, and the second half of the year are the warmer colors. Let's go through the January through June one. So you get the same stencil, all the same opening pages that I won't go through again. So here is where the month starts. You have your notes page, your dashboard, your monthly. You still get your 2 notes pages, and here is where the week begins. This one comes with this great week at a glance. I feel like she was one of the first people that started offering the week at a glance in her daily. It is a brilliant idea, which is probably why a lot of other planner companies started doing a very similar thing to this. Each day is a little lined box, and then you have a weekly to-do list with a little dot grid box down here. And then here is her day. So I love how simple her layouts are. They're just functional. So her days go from 5 a.m. to 10 p.m. You have a checklist, a little box up here, which I usually put my weather in. And then you have a blank box down here that you can do whatever your heart desires. I also love that this little section down here, this little blank area, is the perfect size for washi. Just a little bit of decor. I just think that's cute. So Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday have their own page, and then it goes into your next week at a glance. And one thing I love about what Heather does is she actually does break the week up. So your January days are in January, like this. January 31st is in January. February 1st is going to be in February. So I just like that. When I'm looking for a daily page, it's really confusing to me to find it in a different month. And I get why some planners like want to keep the weeks together, but I actually prefer it this way. So in March, the first day of March is a Sunday. In April, the first day of April is a Wednesday, and it will be in the month. Holidays are listed just really small up here at the top, which I so appreciate. I don't mind holidays being in my planners. I always tout that I would rather holidays aren't included in planners, and that's because they're taking up planning space. But I feel like Heather really thought through the size of the holiday and the placement of the holidays. So they're not in the way at all. I probably would never write anything up there, so I like where she's placed that. At the very end of this book, you have a looking ahead. There is a July through December of 2026. So as you're planning in this and you aren't carrying the second half of the year, you can add dates into here. If you make like doctor's appointments and you don't have the second half with it, those can go here. So this page bridges the gap between the planners, and then you have notes pages back here and the same sticker sheet in her color scheme. And then you have the double-sided folder here. So I love her daily. It is a very well thought out daily. So this half of the year, the second half of the year, it's going to be very similar. She does have those beginning planning pages, but they're shorter and she calls them the refresher. And I actually love this, that it gives the opportunity to kind of reset and revamp some of those goals and intentions that you have for the year. So they're there. And at the end of this daily, you have a 2027 calendar. You have the 12 boxes and the 12 mini calendars. You have a bunch of notes pages, and then you will have your sticker page and the cute yellow double-sided folder. So the interior of this one is the yellow. Interior of the daisy one is the blue. They all match. So very cute. Let's go over the reflection booklet that will come with your planner. And like I said, this cover will match whatever cover you choose. So this particular one would come if you choose this green cover. This is just such a valuable book. I love it. So the intention of this book is just to take time to reflect and to honor the life we've lived and to figure out what matters most to you in your years ahead, what your intentions are. I love that she offers this. It comes with this little mini calendar here, and it asks you at the end of the month to go through and review your calendar from the month and what stands out to you as memorable. So you maybe could sketch in when you did special things that month and things that you want to remember that happened that month. If you go on vacation, or if your kid had a piano recital, or different things like that that really mattered to you, you would put them in here. And then you can do a little journaling about why it stands out as memorable to you. What am I proud of? What did I struggle with? What brought me joy? This month I was reading, watching, listening to, enjoying, dreaming about. My favorite from this month, my favorite memory and place. And if I could design my ideal cozy day at home, what would it look like? Here is where you reflect on those intentions that you made. So your values, your people, your year list. What were your intentions? How did it go? Who are the people I want to invest more time in? And then here is where you start looking forward. What am I looking forward to? What am I feeling challenged or worried about? What do I want to make space for in February? And then upcoming focuses with your values, people, year list, and previews. And you write what your priority is. And then you have that for each month. And one fun thing about this book, this little prompt here, she has different prompts for you to change it up a little bit each month. So I think that's really fun. What's a weird niche topic I love to learn more about just for fun? So you can see that most of it's the same month to month, but she does have a little fun prompts as well, so you can journal in this. I don't think that you can buy this separately, but I do hope that she will in the future. So if you aren't in a Sprouted planner, I feel like this would be a great thing to add on to any planner system. At the very end of the year, you have year-end reflections where you can write about what you're most proud of, what challenged you the most. And then here it wants you to review what your hopes were for the year that you wrote at the beginning of the year and just review them. Your favorites from the year, different things like movies and shows and books and songs and podcasts. And then it leaves you at the end with some notes pages that you can journal in at the end. I love this so much. And I love that it's separate too, because you can just take this little booklet and have a cozy time somewhere. Just, I don't know, it just seems like a very special book. All right, that is it for the planners that I have to show you. But I do have quite a few accessories that I want to go through. And she has some really fun accessories. Whether you are a Sprouted planner user or not, I think you are going to like this. Her notebooks are in a laminated version of the cover though. They're in that kind of like Erin Condren-esque cover. This is an A5 size notebook. It has the same coil over here, and the note pages look like this. So you have a header. I love when notes page have a header because I love to label my notes pages. And they also have this line going down, so this could be like a checklist, a daily to-do list that you do each day. These lines are in a deeper charcoal, and then you have the little Sprouted logo at the bottom. This is $15 for this notebook, and it does have a really cute folder in the back. I really love this notebook. I've had her notebooks in the past, but they were bigger, and so I love this size. I feel like this size is so portable and easy to carry around, and I really like these kind of covers for throwing in a bag. Speaking of notebooks, she also has these darling mini notebook. This one's obviously in the daisy blue cover. These are $5. They are stitched really nicely. They have a really nice coated cardstock cover, and these are dot grid notebooks. So they just look like this. These are 5x7, so just about a B6 size. This is so cute, and I am so excited to put this in my traveler's notebook. Another thing that I love that she comes out with is a monthly planner. So this is a 6x8. It's just about 1/4 of an inch thick. This one is also stitched and has that coated matte laminate cover on it. That's so nice. Inside is that green, and it has 66 pages of planning. So this planner, you'll get your year at a glance and your holidays, your quarterly planning, your monthly planning, your year at a glance planning here, a dot grid notes pages. You'll have a lined notes pages, a few of those before it gets started in your month. So this is what the months look like. It is a really great size, easy to write in. You have your month before and month after, and then here's where the holidays are listed. These boxes are about 1.33 inches by 1.33 inches. I love a lined monthly. Then you'll have 2 more lined pages before it gets started in the next month, and you'll have your month before and month after in those shaded boxes. And it does that throughout the whole year. At the end of this book, you have your 2027 calendar, 12 boxes and mini calendars. And then you'll have 7 notes pages at the end. Just a really handy, nice little book. And this book is $20. She does have a protective cover for this as well, if you'd like that, and that's $3 that you can get to go over it. I love carrying around a monthly planner in my purse, or just to have a quick view whenever I'm out and about. And when I do that with these kind of planners, I like to have a cover on them. So I do highly recommend getting that. Okay, these are some of my favorite things that she offers, and I use them a lot. I have some here at my house. I have this one, and I love this one. But she has 4 different ones. So these are really great to be a supplement to the planner. So if you get a weekly planner and you just occasionally need a daily. These notepads are 5.8 inches wide by 8.4 inches tall. There are 80 sheets in each of them, so quite a few. And obviously they're all undated. They are perforated, and they're on this hard chipboard, which I love. So you have your daily, your weekly, your notes quartet, which I love. I use this one all the time. And then you have your notes and dots. So this is just a big checklist with a dot grid on this side. I love them. And one thing I love about these is she definitely didn't waste any space. So it's not just single-sided like a lot of notepads. You can write on this page, tear it out, write on the other page, throw it away. These are $15 each, and mine of this has lasted me so long. I tell you, I use it all the time. I'm still only like halfway through, and I use it all the time. Often when I'm not using a daily planner, I'll pull this out, and this can be my little daily checklist for the day. And so it's like 4 days for me. It takes me a long time to go through this. One sheet, because it's 8 boxes, lasts me a week. So I love this one. I have not seen this one before. I can see myself really loving this for big projects. You kind of sketch out what you want to do here and write your tasks. I love these two. I think that they are just so functional and so useful. She also has this darling snap-in dashboard that is in her color scheme. I think this is so cute. It is a week at a glance, and then you have a notes section on this side. So you can write on this with dry erase. I like using a dashboard on this for writing down my family's schedule, things that happen every week, like when my child has piano or when she has drama or when we have volleyball every week. Even though it's the same every week, I forget. And so I just like to have something like this in my forefront. I think this is so cute. I think the colors are darling. This is $6 for the snap-in dashboard. She also has these great mini bookmarks that match the covers. These are also $6, and they come in a set of 4. So this comes with the daisy blue, the moody blooms, the flower child, and the lemon drop. So cute. If these aren't your bookmarks of choice, you'd rather have a magnet one, or if you're in that book bound that doesn't have a spine to it, these are darling. These are her magnetic bookmarks, and I love how she designed this, where this side is a arch and this side is a flag. These are also $6. These aren't like super, super strong. I'd say 1 or 2 pages that they could hold on to, but they are so cute. And 4 of them for $6, I think, is a really great deal. And the last thing, if you are getting that hourly planner and you want tabs, she does offer these monthly tabs for that hourly planner, and they have all the cute sprouted colors on here, plus some extras that you can write your own tabs, and these tabs are $5. Great add-ons if you're looking for any of these items. And just really quickly, while I put these planners out for you to see one last time, I want to go over the prices because I think I skipped that. This hourly planner is $50. The weekly planner is also $50. And this daily planner set is $65, which I think is such a good deal for the quality that you're getting here. Launch day for this gorgeous planner lineup is tomorrow, September 23rd at 10 a.m. Central Time. That's 8 a.m. if you're my time. I will have Sprouted linked below, and I hope you guys have a great time shopping. I highly recommend Heather's Company. If these look like something that would be useful to you and that you would get a lot of joy out of using, I cannot think of a better person to support, and her planners are such beautiful quality. Thank you so much for being here, and I will talk to y'all very soon. See you, bye.